There will come a time when you must walk away, a time when someone you once held close must become a distant memory, a time when you must sever the chains that bind your heart, not out of anger, not out of hatred, but out of necessity, because attachment, uncontrolled, is the root of suffering, and a Stoic does not suffer needlessly. We endure, we grow, and we transcend. The ancients knew this well. Marcus Aurelius, the last great emperor-philosopher, wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This is not mere indifference. It is the mastery of emotion, the ability to let go without breaking, to detach without losing ourselves. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the essence of Stoicism, the understanding that our emotional responses are within our control. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, we must remember that attachment can often lead to suffering. Let us explore 5 Stoic rules that will guide us toward emotional detachment, allowing us to cultivate a life of purpose and peace. But how? How do we unchain the heart and liberate the mind? Let us examine 5 Stoic rules to emotionally detach from someone, as taught by the greatest minds of antiquity. Rule 1. Accept the impermanence of all things. Everything ends. Every bond, no matter how strong, will either fade or be severed by time, distance, or death. To resist this truth is to invite suffering. Seneca, the great Stoic thinker, wrote, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. But we do not weep, we do not cling. Instead, we prepare. We remind ourselves daily that nothing is ours to keep. Not people, not places, not even our own bodies. This is not coldness, it is wisdom. It is the knowledge that all we love is borrowed, not owned. And when the time comes, we return what was never truly ours with gratitude, not grief." A mind trained in Stoicism does not resist the flow of time. It embraces change. It stands firm in the face of loss, knowing that nothing external can truly harm what resides within. Rule 2. Control your judgments. Control your pain. It is not the loss itself that wounds us. It is our judgment of that loss. Epictetus reminds us, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." When we tell ourselves that we have lost something irreplaceable, we suffer. When we believe that we cannot go on without someone, we suffer. But these are illusions painted by emotion. A Stoic strips away illusion and sees only what is. A person has left. A relationship has ended. Nothing more, nothing less. By controlling our interpretation of events, we control their power over us. Detachment is not a lack of feeling, it is the mastery of feeling. And mastery begins in the mind. Detach yourself from the opinions and expectations that amplify your pain. Train your thoughts to see reality as it is, without exaggeration, without despair. Rule 3. Withdraw the self, retain the soul. When a person departs from our life, we often feel as though a part of ourselves has been taken with them. This is a lie. No one owns us. No one completes us. We are whole, alone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To detach, we must withdraw our sense of self from others. We must stop defining our worth through them, stop allowing their presence or absence to dictate our identity. A Stoic does not need another to be whole. We walk alone, but never in emptiness, for we carry within us all we truly need. Let go of the illusion that your well-being depends on another. You are sovereign over your own mind, your own emotions. Strength lies in the ability to stand unwavering, whether with company or in solitude. Rule 4. Do not seek to possess, only to appreciate. Possession is an illusion. Love, friendship, and affection are not things we can own. They are experiences, fleeting moments in time. When we try to grasp them, to hold on to them as if they are ours by right, we set ourselves up for suffering. Seneca warns us, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man." The same can be said of those who fear loss. If we dread the day a person will leave, we fail to cherish them while they are here. To detach, we must learn to love without ownership, to appreciate without expectation, and when the time comes, to let go without despair. This is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength. Approach relationships with an open hand, not a clenched fist. Hold nothing so tightly that its departure destroys you. Rule 5. Focus on what you can control, yourself. A Stoic wastes no energy lamenting what cannot be changed. We do not beg for someone to stay. We do not cling to what is already gone. Instead, we turn inward. We refine our character. We sharpen our mind. We strengthen our soul. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it, Seneca reminds us. And what greater waste is there than sorrow over what is out of our hands? To truly detach, we must turn our gaze away from what was and toward what is. We focus on our growth, our discipline, our purpose, and in doing so, we become unshaken by the storms of life. We do not merely survive loss, we transcend it. Your greatest power lies in your ability to control yourself. The more you cultivate discipline, the less the external world can sway you. Detachment is not abandonment. It is not apathy. It is the highest form of self-respect. It is the understanding that we are not slaves to our emotions, nor to the people who stir them. We love, but we do not cling. We cherish, but we do not possess. We experience, but we do not depend. A Stoic walks alone, not because he must, but because he can. And in that solitude, he finds his greatest strength. So, when the time comes to let go, do not despair. Do not resist. Breathe, accept, and walk forward unchained. For that is the way of a true Stoic. The world will continue to change. People will come and go, but you, rooted in discipline, anchored in wisdom, will remain unshaken.